Good afternoon, ladies.
Good
Today we have
afternoon.
a special guest for our podcast. So it's Carmen Puente, and she's a founder of the Congress of Manitoba, Women Congress of Manitoba, and also
Uh-huh.
she's the president of 550 plus 1 in Winnipeg. She
Uh-huh.
also worked at RRC in the Center of Newcomer Integration, and today we'll have some questions for her.
Oh,
Yeah?
okay.
Ooh la la. You ready for the questions?
Yes.
Okay, I'm ready.
No.
Okay, first, we know that you have many years here in Winnipeg, so as an immigrant, you could see differences around the Canadian culture and also our countries,
Mhm.
to our countries. So, in your experience, how you would be defined the diversity here in Winnipeg? How can you define this?
Okay, well, first, I want to say thank you for inviting me and think about me for helping you with this podcast. You talk about diversity. Is
Yeah.
it that you say? Well, one of the nice things about Canada is that we have a lot of cultures together in all the cities. Winnipeg is not an exception. We have a lot of different cultures here, and it's something that I really like it. And I think inclusiveness is more about richness as well, because the difference sometimes make good things. You can learn a lot from the difference from somebody else, from the cultures, from religions. That is really nice. I like how it is. In my country, we have this one as well, but here we have a little bit more variety of the things.
Yeah, the contrast is huge in
Yes.
comparison to Latin America.
Yes, yes, yes. In Latin America, maybe we have a lot of people from Latin America, but here you can find people from the five
From
continents.
different countries.
Yes,
Africa, different
exactly.
continents actually.
Yes, that is the things that I think is something really special from Canada, and I think we have the opportunity to learn a lot from different cultures, and that is really nice.
And talking about inclusivity here, in your experience, how do you see that inclusivity it's work here? Because probably inclusion, for example, in my country, in Peru, inclusion, well, it's just in the paper. It's not in real life.
It's not visible.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, in my own experience, I didn't have any racist experience in Canada, for example. I didn't feel
Really?
racist here.
That's nice.
I didn't feel, I think it's also the way that we can see things, right? But I didn't have any experience related to racist. And I think because I am working in the college, we don't have that experience inside the college. And it was my first uh, job position was here. And I didn't experience that a lot at all here, but also I was living outside Winnipeg at the beginning when we arrived, and I didn't feel it neither.
Oh.
I think I got a lot of help from organization who helps immigrants, and I didn't feel anything, and I think it's something because of the, I don't know if you know, but one of the values of the country is the inclusion. Yeah,
I just have a follow up. If you weren't able to experience that, have you ever met someone who discussed that to you? Like, oh, I felt
well, I heard people who said I felt this. Oh, I was in this situation, and I felt that because I was an immigrant, they didn't ask me this or something like that. But I think it's also about your perspective. Or no, if you want to see that somebody is
in this view.
yeah,
That's how you
it's
would
like
reflect it.
sometimes it's about self-esteem. You know what I mean? But I didn't feel it in my own experience, but I heard some people
Some
who,
people.
who can say that they have it. They have that experience. But it's also that we are in a country where you can identify microaggressions and those kind of things, that sometimes those things can be interpreted as a racist or some or exclusion. But it depends of the perspective
Of a person.
everyone. Exactly.
Okay, so there are just two questions because we couldn't do a long podcast. But
Okay.
thanks for your time and for
Yeah.
sharing your experience
Thank
with
you.
us,
Learned a
because now not just our instructor could see, but all of our classmates could learn more about.
Okay, thank you. It was my pleasure to help you.